It's my last day in Canada and on the trip. I'm real sweaty. Michelle's here. We're going out for dinner, but look what we found. Milk in a bag. Milk! I should tell you all that Michelle freaked out very shortly after that moment because she was incredibly paranoid that I was going to burst the bag of milk in the middle of the convenience store. Which I didn't, but she still very politely put it back in the fridge after abruptly taking it off me. Like I said, the bag didn't burst, but I think that my bubble did as soon as I landed back in Melbourne some 48 long and sleepless hours later. I arrived home, I unpacked my bag. To be fair, I was carrying an extra bag than I left with a month prior, and I began to find presents that I'd bought for people that I'd forgotten even existed, and I found clothing that remained unworn, and I also found a bag of Cheetos which no longer remained airtight. Bar the Cheetos, it was such a fantastic trip. I'd never been overseas before, and travelling internationally, on my own for the most part, was the scariest and the most thrilling thing I've ever done. I think there's a lot of talk these days about young people graduating from universities and lacking life experiences. It's something that I've always thought about and that's always worried me a little bit. I moved to Melbourne on my own and it was such a great opportunity and I grew so much as a person, but I still felt as though I was lacking something. I now know what that something was, and it was travel. I learnt a lot about myself while I was away. I learnt where I like to sit on planes. I learnt how to navigate new cities. I learnt how to function on very little sleep. But most importantly, I learnt that I can do anything. Having that mentality and trusting myself to know that I'm good at what I do is what's going to put me ahead of everyone else. I'm graduating in a few short and very scary months, and I'm so excited to say to an employer that I worked in New York with a well-respected agency, but what I think that employer will genuinely be looking for is someone with maturity and someone who can handle their own. I now know that that candidate's me. So I wanted to say cheers, everyone. Cheers to a fantastic time in New York City. Cheers to being peers. And cheers to being colleagues for a very long time to come.